Well, the latest breaking news coming in. The Supreme Court has made it clear that if the government fails to resolve leader of opposition issue, the court may give a larger interpretation to the term LoP, so that it may include leader of the largest party or leader of the larger group. The Supreme Court asked the Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi to clarify on 2 points. The first, how the government wishes to make Lokpal Act workable. The second, the LoP post, leader of opposition post, has to be given to somebody, and if there is no LoP, how to move forward in such a situation. Supreme Court says the LoP is a significant position, gives objectively to selection of Lokpal. I'd like to cut across to our Supreme Court reporter. Jaskirat is on the phone line with us, reporting on the story. Jaskirat, the Supreme Court asking the government to give clarity on the issue of LoP, leader of opposition status, something which the Speaker has said that the opposition, Congress in particular, cannot get, keeping in mind the numbers that they have in the House, citing past precedent. So what has been asked exactly of the Attorney General?
The Attorney General has been asked to clarify exactly what the government plans to do about the LoP issue, because the LoP is a very important designation which is instrumental in various selections of very important constitutional positions, including that of the Lokpal. Now, it is from the Lokpal which this entire thing actually emanated from. This is Common Cause, which is an NGO represented by Mr. Prashant Bhushan, that is arguing that it seems to be in a limbo because there is no LoP. Now, to that and to the queries asked by the Supreme Court, the Attorney General initially responded saying that the government is considering the amendment of the Act, which is a very important thing. The government is possibly considering an amendment of the said Act to perhaps accommodate a person who is either to accommodate the fact that there is no LoP right now in the Parliament, the leader of opposition party in the Parliament. However, some time has been given to the government to come back with a coherent response. On the 9th of September is the date that this case is listed for hearing next.
All right, do stay on with us at this point of time. Ashar Khan is joining us from the newsroom, getting us the latest reactions coming in from the Congress. Ashar, this has been a long-standing issue, and now the Supreme Court asking the Attorney General to clarify. Quite an impetus for the Congress.
Yes, absolutely. What the Congress party has been doing in the last couple of days is that they've left this matter. They've left it to the good offices of the Speaker and of the government, and they're not talking about it. In fact, when the Speaker officially conveyed to the Congress that a leader of opposition could not be given to them, there was no substantive reaction which came from the Congress party.
Yes.
In fact, what was just said is that this is the decision of the Speaker, but we are the largest opposition party and also the group in Lok Sabha. We should be given a leader of opposition.
Is the Congress looking at moving court, Ashar?
Well, the Congress will certainly not move court. This is a planned strategy which the Congress party has been following for the last couple of weeks. In fact, this is something which they've decided internally that it would be incorrect for them to move court, let things pan out for themselves. That is what the Congress party believes as of now.
All right, Ashar, stay on with us. I'd like to cut across back to Jaskirat, who's on the phone line with us, giving us a larger understanding on what exactly the Supreme Court said today. Jaskirat, if you can clarify on what the government is looking at. Are they actually looking at an amendment? Because that is serious stuff then.
Absolutely. I think that that is the one little statement that was made by the Attorney General that we really should be highlighting right now. Is he actually admitting that the government is in for a serious reconsideration and amendment of the Lokpal Act, and perhaps subsequently to the Lokpal Act, even other acts where the LoP is required for the selection process. That's to be the hint that is coming out of the courtroom proceedings today, that the centre may perhaps be looking at certain provisions within the Act to work its way around, or perhaps even looking at amending these acts. Of course, this was statement made in the court in response to the Chief Justice query. However, on the 9th of September, which is the next day of hearing, a proper cohesive response is expected from the centre, perhaps in the form of a written affidavit.
All right, Jaskirat, stay on with us. For viewers who are just joining us, we want to take our viewers through the latest bit of breaking news emerging from the Supreme Court, broken by my colleague Jaskirat, who was just elucidating on the larger points on what the Supreme Court said today. But once again, the highest court has made it clear that if the government fails to resolve the leader of opposition issue, the court may give a larger interpretation to the term LoP, so that it may include leader of the largest party or leader of the larger group. The Supreme Court has also asked the Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi to clarify on 2 points. First, how the government wishes to make Lokpal Act workable. The second, the leader of opposition post has to be given to somebody, and if there is no LoP, how to move forward in such a situation. The Supreme Court says LoP is a significant position and has also asked the government to give objectivity to the selection of Lokpal. We all have on the phone line Jaskirat and Ashar. I'd want to quickly go across to Ashar for a quick comment. Ashar, can you know, things are going according to plan for the Congress here, isn't it?
Well, yes, there has been a notice which, in fact, rather a reply which has been sought by the central government from the Supreme Court. So this is clearly something which the Congress would have liked. But the important point here is that if the government intends to change the act where provisions of LoP are required for key appointments, then that's a separate ballgame altogether. Now, we also have to understand that the government has a majority in Lok Sabha, and it can muster up numbers also in the Rajya Sabha if it wants to ensure that the provision of having the leader of opposition in these key appointments is null and void when the required numbers are not present. So that angle is also very important, because one has to remember that it may just not be such a good news for the Congress after all, because the government, when it decided that the leader of opposition post will not go to the Congress, then it was clear that they are not in favor of leader of opposition, and they would have factored this.
All right, appreciate you joining us. Ashar Khan getting us the very latest, and Jaskirat Singh Bawa, the latest bit of breaking news from the Supreme Court. Appreciate you gentlemen joining us. We of course will keep coming back to you for the latest updates.